the less year you have, the more easy it is to walk in this thing, right? So peace and blessings to everyone or to anyone who is listening. Just daily contemplations, right? So we can have our right programming of our minds, right? Because if you have the right meditation or the right programming, you can have the right reasoning. See? So our daily meds is the phrase or the words less is more, right? So we always apply this in a general sense, right? Um, the less you carry, right, the more easy it is to do what is needed to be done. And uh, diligence is important in everything that you do, right? Because, like I say, diligence maintains your innocence, right? Or diligence can be maintained as long as you keep being present, right? And one of the things to maintain or do diligence is to do things plainly, right? And the more plain you do whatever task that you are doing, right, the less you need to do, right? It's the same as when governments has a lot of process, right, and it takes a lot of time, but compared to different countries, right, it can easily be done. It's because in our country, in the Philippines, right, it's because it's corrupted, right, and it's because of the processes, right. But if they have a less is more mindset, right, everyone or anyone can move freely, or anything can be processed freely, right? It doesn't consume much of your time, doesn't have a lot of confusion, right? It's like in the Bible it says that um um outside of yes or no is confusion, right? Or evil. I think that's in Matthew 5. So generally in life you gotta have that less is more mindset, right? Just like in the book of Ecclesiasticus, it says that little is sufficient for a man well nurtured, right? Sometimes or most of the time, we just have to be grateful for what we have or what's blessed on us. Because most of the time, we focus more on the outside stuff, right? The external stuff. But if we focus more on what we have, right? Then we can have that less is more mindset, right? Because we're going to use whatever it is that we can have, right? It's like a seed. When you have a seed, that seed will branch out, right? And it will bring forth fruits, right? But it started from a small size, see? So it starts with really just less, right? And the more less you have, right, it's easy to carry stuff, right? Because you're always using it, right? So on a daily, I guess daily activity, right? Always create space or clean up your room by making enough space so that the only space that you can give it to is for the activity that you need to do, whether that may be a habit, a business, or a passion that you're trying to build, right? So that's where you meditate or focus your actions on by making space and creating space on it, right? And it starts with being less, right? And the more less you have, the more easy it is to be grateful, I think, right? So I don't know, that's just some daily contemplations for today. Because the less you have, the more grounded you can be, right? And the less trouble you can be. Not saying that less to have less is to have less problems. Yes, that can be true. However, there's still some, and everything has its own problems, right? But what we can do is to lessen it, minimize it, right? And it takes a lot of effort to do that, right? So then the day. Let's just keep doing what we need to do, right? All praise the Most High through Christ.